Hi, everyone. I'm Jeannie Ralston, and I'm excited to talk to you about Seattle, which is a new favorite town of mine. I know it's a favorite town of many of you already, because we have a couple of people here from Seattle who are going to give us some good perspective on their home city. So the trip is towards the end of August, which we feel like is a great time to go when everybody else is just steaming hot. Seattle is, got those breezes, and if we catch it on a sunny day, which is more likely at this time of year,
Yep.
we're going to be in good shape. So I have a little presentation about the whole event and the whole trip, and then we'll open it up to questions, and also we'll draw for the winner of a discount. So give me a moment as I well, let me ask you while I'm doing this, Darlene, you can just tell us what you love about Seattle and why people are going to love this trip.
Uh, well, Mount Rainier, uh, it's just beautiful and green, and the water and the people and really good food.
Oh yeah, and here comes Dee. So she can second that. Dee is also going to be our helping lead us around the city. So hi Dee.
I don't see her.
She's probably still connecting. So well, we'll get to meet Dee.
I'm here. I'm
Oh, you're
here.
here. Okay, I just can't see your face. Can you
Oh.
show us your face? There you are, Dee.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I figured time
Oh.
zone, you might have gotten mixed up, but we're just,
No,
Darlene.
I just had trouble signing in. It just.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I did too.
That's okay. That's okay.
So everyone, this is Dee Quiggle, who is been in Seattle for what, 35 years or so? Has it been
Yeah.
that?
90. I've been out here since 75, in Seattle since 1990.
Oh, wow. So, yeah.
And I worked for the city, retired from the city as in risk management for 30 years. So I have a lot of background stories I can share when we go to various sites.
Oh, yes. You told me some funny stories. That's for sure. We won't give those
And they're all
away,
true. I can't make them up.
yeah. Well, and also that one thing we love to do at Next Tribe is give you a feeling of what it's like to live there, get the locals' view on it, and with Darlene, I met with her when I was out there, and Dee took me around. So I think we've got a pretty good itinerary for really getting the flavor for the city. So let me just share my screen, and we'll get to that. And of course, I have to go through all these little. I'm not very good at this. This is my least making this transition. Okay, so there I am with Dee. We're out on a boat in the Puget Sound, and the city in the background. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous city. Just, and to be honest, this was the first time I'd ever been to Seattle, and I'm embarrassed to admit that, because I've been a lot of places, but I haven't discovered one of the best cities in the whole country until last summer with the help of Dee as my companion. So this is just a little bit about Dee. As she said, she's been there in the Puget Sound area since 75, in Seattle since 1990. She lives on like a peninsula, right? That you can take a ferry from to downtown. So and
There's a water taxi. It's called,
oh,
but
that's
it's a
right.
part of the city. But
Nice.
yes,
I love that about Seattle, that it's so much integrated with the water. It's water everywhere. It celebrates the water. Then of course there's the mountains, like you were saying, Darlene, Mount Rainier. So we've got it all there. And here we're staying at the Kimpton Hotel Palladian. I don't even know if I wrote that right. Um, and I love this picture. There's a Brad Pitt pillow. Sure, yeah, okay.
Nice.
He'll be there, right?
Yeah, he'll be there. Yeah, you can snuggle with Brad at night. I mean, you love that. So it's right downtown, and what I chose this hotel for just ease of getting around. And as Dee showed me, there's a great public transport to some of the places we need to go. And there's also, we can walk to others. And then a few of the places we'll take Ubers to get to. But we are going to do, move around the city, but base right there in the center. So we'll start with Pioneer Square, which was the first neighborhood. And there is I can't remember which we're doing first. The the underground tour, because it was, is that right, Dee?
I think that was first. Yeah, people have checked in. It's like early afternoon, I recall.
Okay,
Does that sound
breaking
right?
up. You're breaking up a little bit. Either way, we are.
I think
we're
it was early afternoon after people have checked in, as I recall, is what I was thinking, but
Yes. So
it's on our first day. It's our
yes,
first
our
day.
first day. Yes, I couldn't remember if we did that first or the tower, but we'll go underground, and it's fascinating because it's Seattle as it was originally built, and then after the earthquake, they built
No, it
on
was a big fire
Fire.
in
Fire.
1889.
Yeah, 1889. So then they ended up, a lot of modern Seattle was built on top of it, but they still underground. So you can get a real feeling for the way it was when it started, which is, how many places can you do that where you can kind of, it's all been preserved basically. And then we'll go to the Columbia Tower, because we're going to want these views. We're going to get down low, see it underground, and then we're going to go up high and see it from overhead. The views, if we're lucky, we'll see Mount Rainier. If the weather's right, we'll see plenty of Puget Sound. So that's how we'll start off. Then we'll go have a great dinner at nearby. And the next day we'll go to Chihuly Gardens, and
Nice.
Seattle is known for the the glass artist Chihuly. And so he has a whole area devoted to his creations, and you can see that it's not your normal glass blowing, and just the most inspiring kind of use of colors and shapes, and the way that everything's put together here, like mobiles and so forth. But then they also have a restaurant there right on the grounds, and it's fascinating in and of itself, because it's not only has great food, but they have a lot of his collections of various things, like transistor radios and clocks, and some of his artwork that's two-dimensional. So we'll have brunch there while we're there, and just get to the whole Chihuly experience. And then we're going to try our own hand at glass blowing.
Whoa.
Nice.
It's really so, as you can see, I did it with Dee, and I just didn't think I was going to be able to do it. I mean, I just didn't know anything about it, and there's a big hot oven, and I thought, well, this could be a disaster, but they're so great at this glass blowing studio.
Here's
helping-
mine. Here's mine.
Yeah, there's yours. That's what you made.
Oh, nice. I'm
Here's my
impressed.
pumpkin I made.
Yep, it was great, and I mean, they
Yeah.
helped us, of course, but there was a lot of hands-on stuff too, so you really got that feeling. And just a nice way to transition from the master Chihuly to, let's see how it feels to work in that medium, especially because Seattle is now so well known for his work. So
If I could
after
just jump in just real quick too, we're gonna take the monorail from the Chihuly, who's at the Seattle Center. And we'll take the monorail because we only have a block or two walk to the glass blowing studio.
Yeah, so it's very conveniently oriented that way. So we appreciate your knowledge of the city to get us around. So after that, we'll have a little a little break, and then we'll go to Lake Union, and Lake Union is where I sleep. There's houseboats there. Sleepless in Seattle, he lived on a houseboat on Lake Union, but they have these hot tub boats, which are just like, oh my God, can you? There's six people can fit in one, and they're really easy to drive. You have they're like little joysticks, and they have a place to put in your speaker, some wine, whatever, and you just tool around on the lake with the views out there. So I saw this and I was like, oh my God, this is just the perfect kind of off kilter kind of thing that you don't normally do when you get to a city like Seattle. So what a great opportunity. And then we'll go to dinner nearby. And the food here in Seattle it's known for a great food scene and great seafood. I mean, really, this is where so much seafood comes from in the whole country. And you have the Dungeness crabs, you have fresh caught salmon, a lot of those boats that do the fishing on like those reality shows. They're based in Seattle and go out in the big waters. So we will be eating some seafood, girls.
Good.
And also known, thought about known for coffee too. I mean, of course, because that's where Starbucks started in Pike Place Market. That's the original Starbucks up there. And then I found this little place, Moore's Coffee, was right near the hotel, and they are known for their latte art. So I just thought that was so cute. So it's just time for, if you're a coffee shop lover, just that whole vibe is all good here in Seattle. So the next day, Dee and I worked through, like, I wanted to get us out on the water, and I was trying to figure out how to do it, get us on the water, and then I realized that really the best thing is to go. I was looking at shorter things, but this one's like a half day from like the morning to the maybe more than half day, maybe right after lunch. So maybe like 9 to 2, we'll be out on the Puget Sound. They specifically oriented to finding orcas and other whales. So we'll really get that feeling of the water in Seattle, those small islands that are around in the Puget Sound. So even though it takes a big chunk of our day, I really think it'll be worth it, because they say, even if you don't see a whale, there's going to be other things you can see. But they go where they understand where the whales have been. And so they take you to where the whales have been sighted. So it's a really good chance of seeing whales. And so I really thought that would be fun, really important to include. And then, another thing we like to do, oh, there's Darlene. That was my little happy hour we had. I saw that picture. It was so cute. And so one thing we like to do on our Next Tribe trips is to get into the homes of local women, and just to kind of experience what it's like to live there. It's just it just gives you such a deeper connection if you've met some of the local women, if you've seen their homes, and then you can imagine kind of the living there. And this is the Queen Anne neighborhood. I met at the party we had when I was there in August. We met a wonderful woman who lives in the Queen Anne neighborhood, and she volunteered for us to come to her house and have a happy hour. So I took her up on it. So we'll do that, and then there's some great restaurants nearby. We'll walk to a restaurant nearby, and after our happy hour, so we'll get to enjoy that Queen Anne neighborhood. And I think we'll also get to see one of the parks that has one of the best views of, I can't remember the park. What's it called?
Parkeek?
Yeah. There's a great park there that has views out over the city and the sound. And then we'll have dinner that night. So the last day we end with I had to work all this out because we wanted to also make sure that we had something on Monday morning that you could do, but still get to your flights, because I know if people are going to the to East Coast or, other, even mountain or central, the flights can be hard to schedule. So this one will have a market tour, starts in the morning, like at 9. So we'll have plenty of time to get, to see the market. They'll serve us some breakfasty kind of foods. If we go for a morning tour, so we'll get to go there and experience that, and that's how we end the whole trip. So, and Pike's Place is just, it's one of the oldest continuously operated farmers market in the country, and just like little warrens, little alleys, and it's just multi-level. There's so much going on in there, and you can't go to Seattle, I think, without having a look at that. And till our next trip. So that's that. And oh yes, that's from the Pike Place Market, where you'll see them throwing fish around as people order them. So, and that's me. Dee took that picture of me on the boat. So see you later. Okay, so now I've seen that. So I just that gives you a good overview of what we're going to do. What kind of questions do you have?
What do you
Any
recommend for what kind of clothing you can
Weather.
wear that time of year?
Well, that's our summer, July, August, and September. It's basically summer, and I would say it's comfortable, casual, very casual out here. You might, bring a little rain jacket or something, just in case it sprinkles or something like that. But that's our summer, so
Yep.
we
And
should have great weather.
yes, and what I say for every next tribe trip, except for Troncones, because you really don't need to worry about that. But comfortable walking shoes. You just do
Yeah.
not want to be, having your feet hurt. So we'll be doing walking. We'll be out on a boat. But layers also. Cotton sweaters or a nice wrap in case it gets chilly at night. But
Or on the boat, it could be cold on the boat with, it always just drops a little bit and can be breezy.
Yeah, so definitely, and I agree, a rain jacket just in case for that. So does that help, Anne?
Yeah, thank you.
And Bren just put in the chat, I should introduce Bren. She works, some of you who've traveled with us before, you've worked with Marcy Mitchell. Bren works with Marcy, so she's somebody who could help as well. Marcy or Bren can help you with any questions. And Marcy's dog sitting over in Amsterdam. Did you guys read this?
Oh, wow. Oh.
And she just came from dog sitting in Ireland or England. I can't remember which one. So anyway, what other question? Anything, Marge?
I've got a question.
Yep.
I know in a lot of our trips, we kind of get started really early in the morning or pretty early, 8 a.m. Is this trip pretty much like that as well? Is there downtime in the afternoons or?
Yes, I tried to build in downtime. Let me say, I don't have like the first day, I don't think it'll be too early because the Chihuly Gardens, I imagine they open, I don't on the top of my head know, but we might leave around 9 or 9:30.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
And as far as the whale watching, I purposely found one that leaves from that Seattle waterfront. Others leave from farther up north or from an island, and I believe that one it does start around 9, so we can walk to it, but we'd have to probably leave around 8:30, but not super early. I think the Pike Place Market tour is around 9:15, 9:30. So, and
So what neighborhood is the hotel in Kempton?
It's that down, it's on Second Avenue, D, what, Darlene, what is that? Just called the Pike
Might
Place?
be Belltown.
It's kind of
Might be
central
Belltown.
downtown.
Yeah,
Belltown?
Belltown, okay.
I think so. I think so.
Great.
Is
Yeah.
that the same place where you stayed?
It's like a couple blocks from there, so it's on Second
Yeah.
Avenue.
Okay, well, yeah. So
Okay.
that you're in very good walking. There are some hills. It's a hilly city. So again, with the comfortable shoes. And I just would also say if anyone is planning to add on some time, I'm happy to help with suggestions of if there was something they wanted to do or whatever. So I'm here to help you out and have a ball.
Yep. That's,
Awesome.
yeah. Is anybody thinking of adding on days? Peggy?
I always like to arrive earlier for your trips, and my excitement about this trip is to get out of the Texas heat at the end of the
Yeah.
summer.
Absolutely.
Ours and I'm hoping another friend might come, but I would probably come a little, maybe 2 days earlier. I don't know. I have to look at
Okay.
the
Well,
flight.
Yeah, and like Dee said, she could probably,
you're gonna have my info, and I'm happy to help with, if you come in early to get you someplace, or we go do something that's not on the agenda, but is also equally fun.
yeah, that's really sweet of you. Dee, is it okay if I put your email here in the?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, let me find that and I'll put it in so that people have it. That's really nice of you. And if you Luke can't find or something, Bren can help you get to D. So it's there.
Is it
Is it-
Deal
Well,
with an L? Deal?
That's my middle initial. My first
Oh.
it's D, but I had to come up with a new email, and I wasn't thinking real clearly that day, and that's what I came up with.
Okay.
Well, I'm just here to spy on you guys, but
Okay.
I'm just north of downtown, at Green Lake. So, if someone has questions, I am happy to answer those as well.
Okay.
But it looks fantastic. Being a
Yeah.
Seattleite myself, it looks awesome.
Well,
Yes, I agree.
I'm so happy to hear that because it's but I did when I was there, I was relying on you and Dee in a big way, but other people too to kind of give me the do and the don't. And I remember somebody saying that when they have friends visit, the thing they talk about all the time is the whale watching. So that's why I kind of decided we had to make it.
Yeah, the whale
fit that
watching.
in. Yeah, but we really have a lot in there when you think about the number of days
Yeah.
that we have. So we just give a good taste, but also, on some of these dinners and other events, I'd like to have people like Darlene and some other local women join, maybe the happy hour in the Queen Anne neighborhood, whatever. But we try to make a point of that. So you'll meet in person, definitely Dee, but some other women because they're a lot of fun. You guys are fun.
And sometimes for just convenience, I do like to, if I come early, I do like to stay at the place that we start the trip at. I'm sure that's a nice hotel. Do you think they might have a Next Tribe rate, or should I reach out to Alexander Tucker, your trip advisor?
You can reach out to Alexandra, or I'm trying to think of how. Well, actually, Bren, we could probably put her in touch with our person who they're very
That
easy
would be
going.
helpful. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
really appreciate that to get an idea, because I do like the idea of not having to move around a lot, after I'm there.
Yes, yeah.
I know that you've already been there, so it's, a good place to be.
Yep.
Oh, and also, I don't want to make my flight reservations yet, because I want to make sure that you get the numbers for this trip. Do you know that it's a go, or when would you know?
We've seen that people book for the domestic trips much later, even like
Yeah.
2 months, probably
Yeah.
around 2 months, we should know. So that's what, in June.
Okay.
And so, I hate for you to have to put it out that long, but I don't want you to lose money either. But I feel like there's some good interest in it. So I feel
Okay.
I feel confident, but
Mhm.
you never know what happens. So if you can
And
hold on.
Dee, are you on this year's Ireland trip, 2025? Is that what I saw, that you were going to go to Ireland as well?
Yes, I am.
I am too.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I forgot you're
Yeah.
going to be on there together.
So
And
we'll
Dee,
meet and chat.
yes, Dee was on our Scotland trip, and that
I
was just
heard.
phenomenal. It was
And
just,
yeah. Well, I'm hoping
We
to
had
have Teresa Ann into joining me on this trip, but she's got a lot of work stuff in that time of year. So she loved the trip she's taken already. So otherwise it'll be me and
okay.
Mars.
Well,
Yes.
it will feel quite balmy for anybody coming from Texas at the
Oh,
end
I
of
can't wait.
August. I was stationed at San Antonio from May to September
Oh,
one year with no air conditioning.
Oh my
oh,
God.
oh, the military is so lovely.
Wow.
You might be
Thanks.
able to fill up the rest of the spots with Texans trying to
Well,
escape.
let's make
Okay,
a
we'll
point.
talk it up.
I'd like to get more text. I'd like to get more people signing up and on this, and definitely more Texans. And I forget, aren't you in California? Why did I think that?
Nope, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Wisconsin is muggy in August too.
Yeah,
I
so-
have a daughter that lives in San Francisco. Maybe that's what.
Oh,
Well, yeah, it'd be, I forgot that we had several people in Portugal from
All over.
from all over, really.
A lot of Texans, you're right.
Yeah, but a few West Coasters too. So that's why I couldn't remember. But so if there's not any more questions, I can do my drawing, and I put everybody's in here, and I'm mixing them up. Let's see what I have. And
Oh, I never win anything.
if you
Great.
sign up in the next week, we'll just deduct $200 from your total bill. You'll pay the deposit, and then Bren and Marcy will end up deducting the 200 from your what your balance due. So, but
Oh,
make sure it's
thank
in the next
you.
week, because we want to get people excited about this trip, and tell your friends too.
I
'Cause
will.
I'm excited,
Well,
but
I'm planning to eventually put together a Seattle group of Next Tribe, but I just haven't gotten my shit together to do that yet. But you'll have a fantastic time if you come here. It's beautiful city.
yeah.
yeah.
Been
And
long enough to enjoy it.
And Darlene, I do want to say too that I appreciate that you want to do the Seattle, and this would be a good time. We'll get people gathered again while we have the trip, so we can, people from Seattle here come have happy hour or whatever, so they can get interested again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just I'm just I don't know. I have a lot of excuses, but I won't get into that yet.
Well, Darlene, I was going to say that I'm the person at Next Tribe that actually helps put together the graphics and all of that stuff. So we've been getting a lot of new groups lately. So I'd love to help you. Even just start like the girls in San Diego. They had 3 people that had never met each other before. They met at the beach. They had a great time. So it just starts small, and just go for coffee or go for a latte or, happy hour or whatever.
Right.
And yeah, let me know, and we can, put together some graphics, and we can all help promote it.
Yeah,
And,
in the member newsletter, and
Yeah, the member newsletter and WhatsApp and all the different Facebook and all the different channels we have.
and do
Yes,
you,
I definitely want to do it. Yeah.
Good.
Marcelina, I'm putting your email in, Marcelina at Next Tribe, right?
Correct. Yes.
Remember,
Marcelina with 2 L's. Yeah, there you go.
so that's how you can contact Marcelina. She's the one.
Yep.
She's the
Yeah.
one.
Awesome.
And I love it. I was born in Seattle, and I lived there till I was 6 years old, and I've got a lot of relatives there still.
Wow.
Not a lot anymore, but I have some relatives there. But my husband is going to come meet me after our trip, and then his best friend lives on Bainbridge Island, which we've never visited. So we're going to take another week after our trip and go explore Bainbridge and other parts of Seattle. So
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
super excited about this.
Oh, that sounds fabulous. And
Yes.
I did go over to Bainbridge, I think, on the ferry, which was very cool. I mean, I just love that everything, ferries, water taxis, all that. It's just
Being by the water in the summer is so great.
Yeah.
it's
Real
fabulous.
water, not the lake water of Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
gonna have to
different.
sign off soon. I'm meeting some
Well-
friends for Mardi Gras.
Oh,
Ah.
fun. Oh, that's right. Enjoy. So anything else, if there's anything else you can ask now, or just be in touch with Bren or Dee with some questions. And thank you everybody for joining us. This was really fun.
Great.
Looking forward to it. Yay.
All
Bye,
right.
Eddie.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Thanks,
Thanks,
Dee and
Jeannie.
Darlene.
All right.
Bye-bye.